Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Black Hammer once again. Before we get started, like always, like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, go ahead, leave a comment down below saying what's up. I would greatly appreciate it. And just real quick, I'm still doing my 500 subscriber giveaway. Go ahead and watch this video if you want to win over 500 cards of the new set Kaldheim that's coming out in a couple of days. Watch that video, and without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the build of today. Let's go. All right guys, so as you can see, we are on Aetherhub once again because the set is not out on Arena, so this is the best that I got at the moment. So we're on Aetherhub on my account, and 4 people got lucky to see this build before I made it public. It's not public just yet, but we are on Aetherhub, and this is my Orzhov Angels. Boy, they be killing me with these names, bro. But this is my Angel Tribal. And if you guys watched my other video with my Boros Warriors, I went on a little rant saying if you are building a tribal and every creature is not of the same type, that is not a tribal. But there is a caveat to that. Speaker of the Heavens is not an angel, but he does contribute to the overall tribal of the build. So that still counts, bro. Like, I'm still correct. Don't you go in the comment section trying to correct me, because it still contributes to the entire tribal community. Like, if I had a giant in here, there is a white giant, but it wouldn't be an angel tribal because the giant breaks that for no reason unless he produces an angel somehow, but that's not gonna happen just yet. But either way, let's go ahead and get into the build. As you can see, the curve is cool. It's not as sexy as I'd like it. We got a little funkiness here, but I will try to explain that in the best of my abilities. But let's go ahead. The whole point of this is life gain. And with life gain and life gain, we are going to be playing Angel of Destiny. And if you haven't seen this, I understand, because a lot of people overlook this card. To me, this is still a powerful game ender. Literally will end the game. It's a 5-drop, 2/6 body, flying with double strike. So they want him to stay alive. And it says whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you and that player each gain that much life. So the whole point of this build, unless you don't have Destiny out on the field, is to not beat your opponent to 0. That is not game plan number 1, unless your opponent leaves you no other choice. Then you kill your opponent, obviously. But with your opponent gaining life, that should be okay, because the second part of this is at the beginning of your instep, if you have at least 15 or more, 15 life or more than your starting life total, each player Destiny or Angel of Destiny attack this turn loses the game. So, I mean, to me, that's just easy. You just got to gain 15 life, hit with Angel of Destiny, and you win. So, and it has flying, double strike, so you should be able to do that. So that's the whole point of this build, is to gain life, attack with flyers, and win the game. So let's go ahead and start with our 1 slots. We have Rebirth, Malakar, Rebirth, instant speed. It's a land on the other side, so 9 out of 10, I guess you'll be playing it as a land. But instant speed says you can choose target creature. You lose 2 life, which is okay because we're gaining life. Until end of turn, that creature gains. Whenever this creature dies, return it to the battlefield tapped under your control, or under its owner's control, sorry. So just some insurance, because we got a lot of valuable creatures. So if your opponent wants to board white or has a spot removal, we need that creature to come back. So this is just in case you don't have to play for land. Go ahead and keep this in your hand and keep that 1 black mana up. Then of course we have 4 copies of Speaker of the Heavens, because when you're gaining life and you're playing angels, you gotta play Speaker of the Heavens. And once again, it's a human cleric, but he has vigilance, lifelink, tap, create a 4/4 white angel creature token with flying. Activate this ability only if you have at least 7 life or more than your starting life total, blah blah blah. So the whole point is gain life, create angels. Jesus, it's so easy. Then we have Revitalize, because you're gaining life. Do I need to say obvious one more time? Probably not. And you can draw a card, because it's so easy to just bam 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 thinking man, play all the cards in your hand and your opponent wipes the board. You still need something to kind of keep the life gain going and draw cards, because we're not really drawing that many cards in this build. Then we got one of my favorite low-key cards is Youthful Valkyrie, because this is a 2-drop angel. Like, there's no other 2-drop angels that I could think of, and it's like, thank you. They made building an angel tribal that much easier. There's not even a 2-drop giant, you know what I'm saying, in standard. So having a 2-drop angel that has the potential to be good is amazing. It's a 2-drop angel 1/3, so it can block. It can do some decent blocking. With flying, it says whenever another angel enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on Youthful Valkyrie. And we're going to be playing angels like we just don't give a damn. Then we got 3 copies of Feed the Swarm. Now you're probably saying, hey, Mr. Blackhammer, you could play X, Y, and Z. No, hear me out. Feed the Swarm says destroy target creature or enchantment and opponent controls. You lose life equal to that permanent's converted mana cost. We do not care if we lose 5 life, because we're going to probably gain it back in the next turn. And with all these sagas that are coming out, and plus with Urion or whatever that stupid creature is, people are going to be playing the hell out of enchantments, and even some of the whack ones, at least for a couple of weeks. So you're going to be, mark my words, playing against a lot of enchantments. So you might want to be ready for that. So I think Feed the Swarm is going to be a pretty essential part in main builds, to be honest. Then we got 2 copies of Soul Shatter, instant speed, because I really don't like playing with sorcery speed, but you know, it's instant speed. And it says each opponent sacrifices a creature or planeswalker with the highest converted mana cost among creatures and planeswalkers they control. So the best way to get rid of a 6/6 Gagaroth is to have your opponent sacrifice it, because we do have this one here, but that really only helps with creatures your opponent controls with lower than your angel. So I mean, we'll get to that card real soon, but this will take care of some of the higher end creatures or planeswalkers. And if not, you just gonna have to deal with it. You're gonna have to make that work, buddy. So if you get one of these in your hand, keep it in your hand. Don't use it on no 2/2 token, bro. Keep this in your hand as that insurance. Then we got, what is this? 4 copies. Bro, I was serious when I wanted to play this card. 4 copies of Righteous Valkyrie. It's a 2/4 body with flying. Check this out. Now, this is one of the key cards that's going to make this build chef kiss beautiful. It says flying. Whenever another angel or cleric, which we got a cleric, enters the battlefield under your control, you gain life equal to that creature's toughness. So, bro, we're going to be gaining some life. Quick, fast, in a hurry, bro. We're going to be gaining some life. And it says, as long as you have at least 7 life or more than your starting life total, creatures you control get +2/+2. So we'll be making angels, and all of our creatures are going to be +2/+2. Like, and then throw in an angel and you right away gain 4 life. Like, bro, this build is going to be nasty. Is it going to be good? I hope so, but at the least it's going to be fun to play. Then we got 3 copies of Resplendent Marshal, one of my favorite creatures. It's an angel and a warrior, bro. Like, you gotta love this card. It's a 3/3 body with flying, and it says when this creature enters the battlefield or dies, you may exile another card from your graveyard. When you do, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control other than this creature here that shares a creature type with the exiled card. So we're playing nothing but angels. Unless you got a speaker in the heavens, then you're kind of screwed. But other than that, bro, you should be able to play this on a decent turn. When it enters, exile whatever's in there. When it dies, you could. You don't have to, because we do have a Hunting Voyage, so you can get those creatures back. But we'll get to that real soon. So this card right here is just gonna make everything beefier, gain you life, hopefully with Righteous Valkyrie, and we're good. Then we got 2 copies of Mauling, because you can't never have too much removal. Once again, this is spot removal. You could play it as a land if you really need to, or keep this in your hand as insurance, because this is going to be the one thing to kill those big creatures. Now, to kill the small creatures, we have Fireja's Retribution. We're just going to call it Retribution. It's a 4-drop, double white, black, so be careful with your mana. The first chapter of this saga is create a 4/4 white angel warrior creature token with flying and vigilance. So right away, you pay 4, and just like every other angel, you're gonna get a 4/4. So it's 4, 4 for 4, 4, 4, 4, something like that. So it's not bad. First chapter. Second chapter, it says until end of turn, angels you control gain tap. Destroy target creature with power less than this creature's power. So hopefully with Resplendent Marshal, your angels could be 5/5s. I mean, best case scenario, you got some 4/4s or some 5/5s out there. Go ahead, tap it. Pretty much you could wipe out at least a whole mono red. If your opponent's playing mono red with small annoying creatures, bro, you can literally kill 3-4 of them suckers easily. That easy, bro. That's beautiful. Third chapter, there's more. Angels you control gain double strike until end of turn. I'm gonna read that again. I wish I could say it in Spanish. It says angels you control gain double strike until end of turn. If your opponent does not have flying or anything to deal with your creatures, they're screwed, bro. Like, let's just say you have 2 angels. Let's say you have these 2 on a battlefield and double strike. That's 6, that's 4, that's 10 damage right off the bat. If you have 2 tokens out there and you have this out there, that's 16 damage, bro. 16 damage. So this right here could literally end the game, but I only have 2 copies because you can't be too greedy. Yes, you got to watch your curve. Then we got 1 copy of Legion Angel. This is the backup angel, and of course we have 3 copies in the sideboard. Can keep refilling your hand with angels because that's what we're playing. Then we have 1 copy of Rampage of the Valkyries. Yes, 1 copy because once again, we gotta watch our mana curve. You don't want your opening hand being 4 or 5 drops, and it's like a little too much. We can't be too greedy. We gotta know what our goal is, and you know, be careful with what we choose and how we play it. So Rampage of the Valkyries is a 5-drop enchantment, and it says when this enters the battlefield, create a 4/4 angel token with flying and vigilance. So once again, you play it, you get value. That easy. And it says whenever an angel you control dies, each player sacrifices a creature. So once again, that's why we're kind of light with the removal, because we're counting on our enchantments to be the removal for us. We just got to make sure we have threats out on the board. And Angel of Destiny, we already went over. Hunting Voyage, we only have 1 copy. Once again, when you see this, You can foretell it for 2. So if you don't really have anything to do on your turn 2 or turn 3, go ahead and foretell this and keep this on the board. And it says, choose a creature type. Return up to 2 creature cards of that type from your graveyard to the battlefield. If this spell was foretold, which definitely do it when you can, return all creature cards from that type from your graveyard to your battlefield instead. Bro, you will have a waka flocka full of angels. Just do it. Just do it. Be simple. Play this as soon as you can, bro, because you will love the benefits from it. So 1 copy, because once again, you don't want 2-3 copies of this in your opening hand. You will not like yourself for a moment. Then, of course, when you're playing angels, of course, you got to play Emera's Call. This is land. Go ahead, pay 3 if you need it untapped. Or if you got a whole bunch of mana in the late game, create 2/2 tokens, 4/4, and hopefully you have this or Angel of Destiny, or I mean, bro, Rampage of Valkyries. Bro, you can have fun with this build. It's just nasty. We have 20 basic lands, well, including Fable Passage. And then of course we have 2, 3, 4, so 24, 25, 27 lands, because we are a little top heavy, just a little bit more than what I like, but everything kind of coordinates with each other, so it makes sense. So 20, yeah, I think that's enough lands to make sure we at least get to 5 lands without stressing, without having to top deck a land after turn 3. So that's my goal, is at least to get to 5 lands before we start stalling out. And I mean, bro, and where I could have swore I had that 1 card in here. I guess I don't. Well, that's weird. So, but once again, you guys get the point. There's a land where you can get an angel, but you got to sacrifice a creature. You could play that, but I mean, this build is already just synergistic. I don't know if that's a word. It is now. It's so synergistic to where you don't really need that card, bro. So once again, if you guys like this build, go ahead. Don't be shy, bro. You can still hit that like button. You can still hit that subscribe button for free. It will help me. It will let me know that you guys like the content that I be pushing out, and it will encourage. Well, I'm still gonna do it whether you like it or not, but we can all be on the same boat and be happy together. So if you guys have any suggestions to make this build a little bit better, let me know in the comments. Don't be shy, bro. I will respond to you. Once again, it's your boy Black Hammer, and I will see you guys in the next video that you will be watching right now. Peace.